Fan mail.
A huge shout out to our raffle winners from this past weekend, Voltron Day at Four Hands. I'm going to give it up, man. How fun was that?
That was a good time.
Me, you, Andy, Steph, Sam the Sleeper was there, Mike Key was there, Liz from Four Hands, Kevin Lemp was there, Bob Koplar from Voltron was there, Jeremy Corray, who's been on the podcast before, worked on Voltron back in the 80s with Ted Koplar, was there, Martin from Apotheosis Comics, Toy Du Jour, Petite, actually I can see it here. There's the name of the photo booth, Feet, F-E-T-E, Feet Photos. It looks like. I'll make sure I get this right. Feet. F-E. Fete. It looks French.
Yeah.
Looks very French. And they did a great job. There was a giant Voltron there, and we met. It was basically like a Voltron con, like a mini con, with the official store there, having official merch, the official IP'd cans, and it was a huge day. And congrats to all of our winners, Amy, Sarah, Ben, just to name a few folks that entered to win a raffle there. They won some Voltron merch, a hat, a shirt, and also beer cans that we drank out of and built little collectible pieces with the Voltron cans that we had on display there. So thanks to Four Hands for allowing us on the journey to cover that story for the last 2 years and then to be there in person during Voltron Day, November 16th, 2024. We'll all remember it, and more to come on Voltron. This was very clear. The story's not over. More to come with Four Hands and Voltron's a St. Louis legend, so you're always going to see that robot popping up on this podcast.
Maybe we'll get some sort of world premiere when the movie comes around here in St. Louis.
I know. That's kind of like the next big thing, right? Like the movie. Like what's going to happen with this movie? Like obviously we'll be trying to see it early. Can Four Hands get in on this? It's just going to make the popularity bigger, if nothing else. Like Voltron's already worldwide. Now you're going to have a Henry Cavill film.
Yeah. And he'll be here in the studio at some point to talk about it.
And let's shout out the podcast, Let's Voltron, the podcast.
Yeah, told us all about Voltcon,
and they go. And
they go.
10 years.
Indie.
10 seasons. This is the podcast. If we're the podcast that's introducing you to the Voltron podcast right now. If you're a real fan, check out Let's Voltron. Man, it was cool talking to everybody there. Mostly Superheroes is proud to be funded in part by our sponsors. Mostly Superheroes is funded in part by paying patrons who receive early, ad-free, and exclusive episodes. Subscribe at mostlysuperheroes.com/support. Thank you for supporting your favorite independent podcast. Mostly Superheroes is an independent podcast owned and operated by Carrogan Ventures in St. Louis, Missouri. Hosted by Logan Janis, Andy Hunn, and Scott Swearingen. Brand and creative by Carrie Clark Design. Music by Audionautics. Learn more at audionautics.com. Find more at mostlysuperheroes.com.